Have you ever wanted to create an online business based around digital products like courses or running a membership site? Or maybe you are a service based business and you would love to add some digital products to the mix to enable you to make some more passive income that isn't reliant on your time. Or perhaps you're already running a successful course or membership business and you are looking at streamlining and simplifying your software, and maybe you've even been wondering if Kajabi is right for you. Well, today I'm going to show you all around the back end of Kajabi. I'm going to show you all of my favorite features, give you some insight as to what you can do with Kajabi so that you will be able to make a great decision about whether Kajabi might be right for you. And in case we have not met before, hello, I am Sue from the Unicorn Advisory. I am a software nerd, Kajabi adorer, and I help people get digital products up and running and selling online. I am a digital product strategist and I love to help simplify and help you get courses created and, of course, navigate the tech hurdles, which can be a really big hurdle for a lot of people. I use Kajabi. I love Kajabi. I've been using it for over 4 years and I am somewhat of a Kajabi nerd, Kajabi expert, whatever you would like to call it. If you do have any questions as we are going through this, if you're watching me live, let me know and I will be checking the comments. I can answer them at the end. And if you are watching this on a replay or later, please do leave comments below if you've got questions about Kajabi. If you're wondering if Kajabi can do particular things or not, how it compares to other software, I would love to help you work out if Kajabi could be the right tool for you. But first, I'm going to start with something pretty awesome. This is available free whether you are a Kajabi user or not. And this is the AI Creator Hub. So I'm going to start here and we're going to explore the AI Creator Hub first. And then we're going to go through some of the features with Kajabi, the courses, the memberships, website and landing pages, the funnels that you can set up, checkouts, all the things. I'm going to cover them all. But how cool is this? It is Kajabi's AI Creator Hub, and you can use that free right now, whether you are a Kajabi user or not. So it is kajabi.com/AI Creator Hub. And you can go there right now and start playing with some cool things, such as you can create your course outline, your lesson content. Oh my gosh. I mean, these are things that can cause people so much stress and can be a real headache to figure out. Or you might have an outline that you do on your own, and it's really good just to give you some extra things that maybe you haven't thought of, or a good structure. You can use it for landing page copy, sales, email copy, sales video scripts, and social media content. And like I said, it is completely free. If we come into the course outline tool, I'm going to show you how you can use it inside Kajabi as well, which is even more exciting. You can put some ideas of different things. I did a demo of this last year and I did the most random thing I could think of, which was how to, like a course on how to wrap presents beautifully at Christmas time or something like that. And the detail that it went into was amazing. So I'm going to show you how you can use it inside of Kajabi and put these things directly into your course, which is even better. But you can certainly go around and play with all of these things. And it does say here you can sign up for free for 14 days. I've got my face covering that at the moment, so I'll just get rid of that. However, if you are watching this in the next probably 6 hours, you can actually get a 60-day free trial. I've popped the link for that below, the unicornadvisory.com/Kajabi. But if you are watching it and it is not the 22nd of August, 2023 anymore, and you're watching this in the future, do not worry, you can still get an extended trial through my affiliate link, and I'll give you some incredible bonuses to say thank you for signing up through me, including a 1-hour one-on-one consult. So it's a pretty awesome bonus that I give. That is at theunicornadvisory.com/Kajabi. But anyway, we'll go back through this. So if you did want to try it, Kajabi, it's definitely the best way to do it. So yeah, go to the AI Creator Hub, have a look at some of these things that you can do. You don't need ChatGPT or any of that. You can do this simply. But the really cool thing is it's available inside Kajabi, so you can put this content directly into your products. So let's go and have a look. We'll start with the most common thing that people use Kajabi for, and that is creating online courses. I have a lot of online courses that I've created with Kajabi. I think it's 10, could be more because I've done workshops and I've got mini courses, bigger courses, and split them up and all sorts of things. So there is a lot that you can do with an online course. They are still incredibly popular and still selling well in 2023. I know that they totally blew up over COVID, but there are a lot of people still making a lot of money out of online courses. I have a six-figure online course business. It is totally doable and totally achievable. One of the best ways I recommend to start is with a mini course. Now, this will just give you a little bit of an idea of what you can do. So this is sort of a basic setup where, Kajabi's created a little bit of test content. When I show you how you can create better content in a sec. And also you can do things within courses in Kajabi, like dripping out content. So what dripping content means is maybe you don't want everyone to get all of the lessons straight away. You might want it to be scheduled so it goes out over a week. So, as that course, people progress through the course, like new content will unlock. So you can do it so that it drips on a schedule, or you can even set it up so certain modules are locked. So they have to finish the section before to then move on to the next section. The great thing is it's completely flexible and you can choose. It's completely up to you. You can also get certificates for when someone finishes your course, which is really awesome. And what I love the most with Kajabi is you can customize the back end of Kajabi, of the course area, the student area. And this is one of the things that really, got me onto Kajabi first 4 years ago, because of how much flexibility that there was with being able to display your content, your students, like the student hub area, the area that they see. So within the templates, you can actually change a whole lot of stuff. I mean, this is probably a little bit ordinary. This is just a test product that I've created. But all of these things in here, you can change this around and you can make it exclusively you, and you can even do things like link out to other programs like upgrades. You can link to other courses. You can go to Facebook groups, and you can set all this content up to really make it like a hub for your course. And you're also able to change the layout and install new templates, and there's a whole lot of really cool examples and styles that you can get of templates. Some of them even have additional functionality like this sunset, and you can even use gamification, which is unbelievably cool, and give your members badges, and they'll have that sense of achievement as they go through your course. So lots of options, lots of different styles and ways that you can set out your course content, which is really helpful. But let me show you this AI course generator, because it is pretty cool. We're going to come in here to this little blue star, and let's just say how to put on a great, I'm going to say birthday party. So we'll make it more specific. I mean, I don't know if you do a course on this, but hey, I'm going to show you like what it will help you do. So once you do that course generation inside using Kajabi's AI tool, then you can go and be like, all right, I want some ideas. And once it comes up with the ideas, it's usually pretty quick. You can either take them and put them directly into your course and make modules and lessons from those titles that it provides, or you could even go a little bit deeper and take some of the ideas and then ask them to flesh that out, which I'll show you how to do in a sec once it comes up. But of course, because I'm live, here we go. I was going to say it's taking its time. So it's created some modules for us. So we've got planning the party, and then there's a lesson about choosing a theme and what that description is about, creating a guest list, setting a budget, scheduling. Like these are all really, helpful and relevant things for creating a birthday party. Now, obviously, if that is your speciality, you will probably want to put some bit of your magic sauce and your personal knowledge on top of it. But in terms of giving you a starting point so that you can be like, I want to get something launched and out to market, this can be a really great way to just, get it up and running. So we've got a preparing for the party module. So I'm like, all right, I like this. It's pretty cool. If you were like, that's completely irrelevant, you can get rid of it. You could even change this. Like, I will change that Z to an S, being from being in Australia, because we don't use Zs in these words. So you can go and add extra information and things like that. One might be like, oh, I really want to add a lot more about decorations. Well, I'm going to show you what you can do in a sec to get more help with that. So let's apply this and see what it does. So it's actually going to put it directly into our course. And so now our course has got all of those modules: planning, preparing, hosting, and following up. Is this follow up? Yes, sending. See, these are all really cool ideas for things that you could put into that course. And what might be awesome is that you might have an idea and a bit of a plan. And whilst you may not use this exactly as it is, it might give you ideas of things that you missed or you didn't think of. And yeah, if you want to get something done really quickly, then it's a great way to set that up and be like, okay, I've got my outline, let's go. And then you can start recording that content and creating that content for your course. But courses are not all that you can do in Kajabi. You are also able to offer coaching. Now, I offer all of my coaching programs through Kajabi, including my VIP days, which is a service based offering. And I've got everything set up in Kajabi. I can take the payment, I can then set up the session times for the one on one work, and it's really helpful. And then I can use the calendar tool. I actually do link up to Calendly as I like that integration better. But if you didn't have a calendar tool, then there is, a direct tool that you can use within Kajabi. It is more simplified. But if you're just starting out, then that could be exactly what you need. And people can then schedule times that suit them that are available on your calendar, and you can get that all booked in. You can also set up community, and Kajabi have recently got community version 2. So this is an old test community that I did with version 1, and that is continuing to Hello, hopefully I'm back again. So I actually use the podcast feature to run a private podcast, which is an audio version of one of my courses. And I've had so much fantastic feedback about it, for people to be able to access that course on a podcast app, so they can listen on the go, and it makes it really, really easy. And yeah, Kajabi makes it easy to do that. So if you run a podcast, you don't need to have extra podcast software. You can run it all through Kajabi. So yeah, so that is some of the great products that you can run through Kajabi. But of course, I'm sure you want to sell things if you are running an online business. So it is very awesome to know that you can set up checkouts for different products inside of Kajabi. So I'm just going to take you into a random test. They call it offers. So an offer is like the checkout page and all the settings related to that offer. This is how you actually connect it up with your course content. So you can choose which products are in this offer. So once you have set up your course, your membership area, your coaching, your podcast, if you want to include that, then you can simply add that product in here. So you've got your options, and you can just choose. Well, we might add the world's best nail art mini course to this, for example, and you can have as many products as you want attached. So that's how you can create bundles of things and give people access to multiple products at once, which is awesome. And then once we have got all of our settings set up, you can even do things like upsells. So we can go into our upsell, and you can create upsells and even downsells as well. So you can have multiple upsells and multiple downsells attached to a product. So it gives you more flexibility if you are wanting to set up that funnel where someone buys something and then you give them additional offers afterwards to increase your average cart value, which is always a great thing to do. And it just gives people options to buy additional resources they may not even knew that you sold. And then within your settings for your offer, this is how you can set it up. So if you are using a different email marketing provider other than Kajabi's email, which I do use Kajabi's email and I love it, but if you don't, if you're using ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit or something like that, then you can actually send those customers through to your email marketing software. You can choose if you want to get an email. I still get emails. I email myself whenever someone buys anything. I'm like, yes, awesome. Abandoned carts, you can set that up. I must say it's not the best feature of Kajabi. It's very simple, but hey, it's better than no abandoned cart email. And if you're on the growth plan or the pro plan, you can even offer affiliate commission, and you can set commission a percentage per offer. So different offers can have different affiliate commission percentages, which is really helpful. Like for my coaching, I offer 10% commission, but for my actual digital product courses where there is kind of no me element to it, then I offer a much higher percentage. You can set that by offer, which is really helpful. And then also with your checkouts and your offers, there's other settings that you can do, such as choosing the type of payment. So you can have a single payment, you can have multiple payments, such as if you wanted to do a payment plan, you can have ongoing subscriptions, or you can even have free. And there is a new option, which is pretty cool, which is let customers pay what they want. And you can set the minimum price for that. So that's really helpful. We actually used that earlier this year for a launch that my daughter did. My teenage daughter launched some Canva templates, and we had a sale promotion to start that off with. Pay what you want. And it was phenomenal how many people paid well over the minimum price, and it helped her make a lot more money, which was really nice. And then you can also connect up your payments. Kajabi are trialing a new Kajabi payments. It is only available in the US at this time, so I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. But it means you can offer Apple Pay and Google Pay, which is very awesome. Anything that you can do to make that payment process easier for your customers is absolutely the way to go. So that is still, rolling out to all Kajabi customers. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one. And also, you can do things like set a quantity limit, like if you only have 10 spots available, or a time limit if you only want this offer to be available, for example, till the 31st of August, and then you want it, to no longer be available, like that time limit. So being able to do things like that, just adds to that flexibility. We can also offer coupons and discounts, and there's a lot that you can do around that. There's an affiliate center, so if you do want to use affiliate marketing, which I adore on both sides of the camp, from both the perspective of being an affiliate and promoting other people's products, and then also using affiliates, like having partners that can work with you that promote your products, and then they get paid when that promotion works for them. I mean, it's a fantastic win-win for everyone, and Kajabi does allow you to set up affiliate marketing on the growth and the pro plan. But let's talk website. Sometimes with websites, I've had people going, oh, I don't know, like, is Kajabi's website, is it going to be as nice as other websites? Well, I think yes. And I also do really enjoy the Kajabi website builder. I must say, when I moved from Squarespace, it did take me some time to get used to it. And I was doing a whole like, oh, I'm not sure if I love this so much. In the beginning, it was a case of being used to using one system and then having to get used to a completely different way of working. But I just wanted to show you something really quickly. And if you do want a link to this, let me know in the comments and I'll share a link. This is just some pages I've put together. I actually have more, but I've got hundreds and hundreds of swipe files that I've got on my computer, and I'm slowly moving them into this very awesome app, which helps you share that with other people. So if you want a link, let me know. But this is just some pages that I have saved. These are some of the templates that we sell in our Kajabi template store. Just to give you an idea, this is the same content, like presented in 4 very different ways, so that you can get a sense that there's no like one type or one style of doing things. It's really so flexible, and you can make some absolutely glorious pages, make it work with your branding. And whilst you may not be able to adjust things down to the individual pixel, I mean, you can certainly do some adjustments. There is a lot that you can do. And you can make some really advanced and beautiful designs, but you can also buy templates. We have a template store. There are loads of other incredibly talented designers that are also doing Kajabi design. So if you've got sort of something specific in mind, I'm sure you'll be able to find a template for that. And then also within Kajabi itself, Kajabi does have a template store. So you can go into the template store and pick templates that are native, like to Kajabi, that you don't need to pay anything extra for, and be able to use those as your starting point when you are thinking about how you might like to lay out your content and your pages. And the benefit of using a template over just starting from scratch is that it's kind of like you have some things in place, and maybe you'll change the images and the colors and the words, but you don't have to be like, oh, how am I going to lay that out, and how do I get like, if you really like a nice white clean theme, like how do I make it look that way? So when you get something like this, you can swap out the images, change the text, and you are ready to go. If you like something that's more bold and big like this, then you can pick a style like this. But gives you a lot of flexibility. So you've got Kajabi's templates, you've got other templates that you can use from other people. In this swipe file, which is going a little bit slower than I would like, this is where I've created, this collection for myself of different pages that people that I've seen around where I'm like, oh, that's a Kajabi page. Just, to get some ideas of ways to lay things out, because you've just got so much flexibility. I mean, if you look down here, you'll see that, all these pages look really different. And, some of them are pretty special. This, is a really simple page just using really basic colors, but it just looks so effective. And, you can do these things like natively within Kajabi. If you are a CSS coder, or a bit of HTML coding, you can add a few extra little whiz bang features. I'm actually in the Cleverful coding Kajabi membership program, which helps me learn extra cool code and things to use on Kajabi pages. But there are lots of options, and if you've ever wondered, going, well, is Kajabi really that good? Well, this page here, which I'll show you here, this is from the Ali Abdal's part-time YouTuber Academy. He moved to Kajabi at the beginning of the year. I was very excited because I was actually looking at joining this, and I saw this and I was like, oh my God, that's a Kajabi page. And this page, I think it was, he made $1.5 million in a week off this Kajabi page, Kajabi checkouts, like everything in Kajabi. It's certainly something where, you can do all of these things. There was a little bit of coding on this page with these, gradient titles, but everything else was just built straight into Kajabi. So there is a lot that you can do with your website, and you can create all your website, your landing pages. In this marketing area, you can even create funnels. And if you're not familiar with Kajabi, it's a great way to just do everything at once. So it just kind of drops in, and all of the assets that you need are there. Everything is linked together. Personally, because I've been using Kajabi for quite a while, I don't use the funnels. I actually just create the things and link them up. But that comes with familiarity. When you're getting started, you want the easiest way to do it. So we'll have a look at that in a sec. But yeah, within the website, you've got your website pages, which is your standard kind of home, about, contact. And then you've also got landing pages, which are those pages that you want for signups, for sales pages, all of those individual pages that you might want, and of course a blog as well. So the Kajabi blog feature is awesome. It's maybe not quite as fully featured as some specific blogging platforms. There's a couple of things where I'm like, oh, I wish it would do that. But honestly, we get a heap of traffic from Google, from our blog, and in a completely imperfect setup. And I've just seen one of the Kajabi geniuses in the Kajabi group, Bastian, has released Kajabi papers, which will allow you to get some of that extra functionality that you might get on other platforms. So if blogging is like your number one marketing strategy, there's certainly things you can do to make Kajabi's blog work even better for you, which is so exciting. But let's go to marketing, one of my favorite areas of Kajabi, because I love marketing and I love selling online. And so let's have a look. We can do email marketing. I use Kajabi's email marketing. I used to use ConvertKit, but moved over to Kajabi about 9 months after starting with Kajabi, just to have that ease of everything being in one place. And I love it a lot. And Kajabi has continued to improve their email marketing. We've got some really awesome templates. So I'll just go in. I'll see if it'll let us. No, it won't do it. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. I've got to make a new template. So we'll go into a broadcast email, which is like a newsletter blast or a newsletter that can go out. And we've got all of these great templates that you can use to start your email from scratch. If you want to have like that beautiful, really gorgeous style of email, personally, I like to just do the classic, mainly focusing on just the text. But that's me. I like to keep my emails personal and sort of have more of a storytelling aspect to them rather than using lots of images. Probably as well because I'm a bit lazy in Canva to actually make the images. But it's really nice to know that you can add things to it, like such as countdowns as well. And there are lots of options in here. And you can even make your own templates and then save them, which is super helpful, especially if you've got regular emails that are going out. So yeah, within your emails, you can do email broadcasts, which are those ones that you say, I would like this to go at 6 o'clock. And we can also do sequences. And, sequences are where you get that power of automation and being able to, put people through a series of emails that are going to go out when they sign up for something. But you can also use automation. Like Kajabi's got some fantastic automations where you can have things that will trigger. So this is this is just a random thing that I've made, but you can add automations to an email or to a sequence. So when this is sent, then you could give someone an offer like a free product or take that product away. You could subscribe them to a new email sequence. So at the end of one, you could then put them into another sequence, but you could have a condition on that to say only if they don't own a specific product. So maybe you could add them into a sales sequence, but if they already own that product in the sales sequence, they won't get those emails. So, there's lots that can happen. You can register people to an event. You could add a tag or remove a tag, which is helpful to know if people have completed your welcome sequences. You could even send a single use coupon, at the end of that sequence. So there's a lot that you can do. It's really helpful. I have personally found my deliverability with Kajabi's emails to be completely on par with other email marketing software. And, I see it a lot. People will be like, oh, well, does Kajabi have good deliverability? In my opinion, yes, they do, on par with other people. And often when you have difficulty with deliverability, it's not always the platform. Often it's things like your subject line, how warm your audience is. Is the content of your email interesting? Like, do people read it? Do they click on it? Do they reply? Rather than always being about the platform. And it's really funny because often you'll see in groups, all the groups, Active Campaign, ConvertKit, Drip, all the groups saying, oh, does ConvertKit have good deliverability? Because I had a situation in it and it didn't have good deliverability, just like you do with Kajabi. So, it happens everywhere. But personally, I found it pretty much on par with other email marketing software. And like I said, I just love having everything in one place. So people can join up on my site, they fill out the form, they're then in my email list, and I can then send them emails. And also, I'll just look as well, just so you can see, you can do really great segmenting and send the emails, especially if you are doing a broadcast. So I'll find a broadcast email. Where have we got one? Okay, this is my my test account. So like sometimes I forget what's in here. So we can go into our recipients and you can make very specific recipient lists and go through and use the filters. You can even save these so that they're always set up. So I might be like interested in a course but not purchased, members of a particular course or a membership. There's lots of test ones that I've done in here, but this is where you can actually set it up. So you can segment people by all of these different filters, and you can do multiple filters as well. So whether they are a customer or not, whether they have been added, say, in the last 7 days or added before. So you only want people who've been on your list for a certain amount of time. Have they, their engagement level, have they been delivered an email in the last, and you can choose the number of days. Have they completed an assessment, filled out a form, own a product or don't own a product, have an offer or don't have an offer? You can even do things like with your email broadcast, if they didn't open or they didn't click in a particular email and resend to those people. So there are lots and lots of things that you can do. You can also, use your custom fields as well. If you've got things like that set up where you only want people who have, are you over 18, contains, I think that was yes. So, things like that. There's so many different things that you can do, and it helps you really be very strategic with the emails that you're going out, and make sure if you're running a promotion, you're not sending those emails to people who've already got your product, because that's super annoying. But yes, email marketing, Kajabi, good. That's the probably second main thing that I love Kajabi. So my main things that I use Kajabi for are my courses and memberships, like my digital products, the checkout, the website and blog and landing pages, and email. Everything else I feel is kind of like a bonus, but those core elements are, that's the crucial part of my business, and that's what I love using Kajabi for. So let's look at funnels quickly, because if you are new to Kajabi, funnels can be a really fantastic way to get started, to get used to the platform, and to think about, well, what do I need to do and what do I need to connect? Because when you create a funnel, so let's say we have a lead magnet. So we'll get started with this, and we'll call this lead magnet. And we can actually even add that in here if it is a PDF. And that would put it onto the thank you page for us. So you know what I mean? It's like thinking, what will you need? And it creates it all for you. So this will create some, a pretty basic kind of page, but then you can go and customize it to what you want. But what it's doing is it's creating the opt-in page with a form on it, and it's creating the actual form itself. So if you were going to do this from scratch, you would create a page, then you would create a form, then you would link the form to the page. Well, it's kind of taking that step out and it's doing it for you. It's also created an email sequence for you. And it's also made an automation on that form to subscribe to the email sequence, which is this one here. So it's showing you all of the things that it's done, and you then go and customize all of those things. So when you are new, you might not realize you've got to set all of those things up. So that's where funnels can be incredibly helpful. But the great thing is, because there are limits on funnels when you are on the basic plan, if you've got this set up and you then come in here and you delete the funnel, all of these assets will remain in Kajabi. They just won't be in this nice organized format. So your form will still be there. Your opt-in email sequence, your lead magnet email sequence, it'll still be there. The opt-in page, the thank you page, it'll all still be there. They just won't be as nicely laid out and mapped out. So funnels can be good when you're just like, all right, what are the different options? What are the things that I can think of? And then you can do things like go into this email sequence and be like, all right, so what are the emails? And this one, because it's a lead magnet, has just got a welcome, but there's sales sequences and other things where it actually will give you some ideas for content. So those funnels are really, really helpful when you are first getting started with Kajabi. And yeah, there's lots of options that you can use to set up. So sales page, you can do the product launch with videos, coaching, book, webinar, and yeah, and a simple sales page as well. And there's some other ones that I've got in here. You can even set one up from scratch and do that. But that can be helpful, not necessary. And like I said, I don't always use that very much. But when you're first getting started with figuring out the flow of Kajabi and where things live, it can be really awesome. Automations I've covered a little bit. I won't go into more into automations, but I freaking love them, and it really does help save a lot of time in my business. I've got things set up for like when I add someone to my list that comes from a Facebook group, then they will automatically get a tag. So I know they've come from the Facebook group. They'll automatically be added to a Facebook group welcome sequence. I've got tags to when people buy something to then add them to like automations to add them to specific sequences, including sequences that don't start for say 350 days to remind people about annual renewals. Yeah, there's so much you can do. I love automations, and on the growth and pro plan with Kajabi, you get advanced automations, which is conditional. And if you're using custom fields, like if you want to, like the example I had before, if you're over 18, yes or no, then you can make it only trigger if that condition is met. So yeah, it's very cool. That is definitely getting into nerd zone. So if you want to know more about automations, let me know, because I will happily make 100 videos just about Kajabi automations and show you how you can set things up. So if you are watching this video and you're like, yes, please, how can it do this or that? Pop that into the comments, and I will make a video with glee. Events just got a big upgrade literally yesterday. Oh my God, I was so excited, because events are when you can set up. So there's two different ways that I use events. One is for if I'm running like a workshop or something and it's on a specific date and time, or a webinar. The other thing is I use the events to create countdown timers. So if I have like my cart close, like if I'm running a launch and it runs out at 5 o'clock today, I would set an event for 5 o'clock today, and then you can use that countdown timer in your emails and your pages, etc. But if you are running an actual event, so let's just say we want to run a webinar, we'll make a webinar. So I'll call this webinar, and we are going to do it today at 4 o'clock. I mean, I might need to give people more notice, but you know what I mean. And we can even make this a recurring event. So I'll go into that in another video, because otherwise we're already at 30 minutes. This is going to get crazy long. So when you have an event, you can do things before and after the event, such as add an email. So you will add an email and you'll choose when. So do you want that to go before the event or after the event? So this is perfect for your reminder emails, and you can choose how many days or hours. So minutes, hours, days, weeks, months. And you can do that up to 90 days before or after. So doing this allows you to then set all of your emails, your reminders and everything. And up until now, up until yesterday, those were really fantastic. It made life easier, but you didn't get analytics on whether people opened them or not. And now you do, which is so awesome. So I will definitely be diving into this more and using it more, because if, say, your cart close was set to, if you weren't running a webinar, you were set to your sales, launch campaign was finishing at 5 o'clock today, then you can set all of those emails to go out like one day before, 2 hours before, 15 minutes before, all of those kinds of things. And if you wanted to do a follow-up email, you can even set it so, one day after you send out, hey, I noticed you didn't buy, can you let me know? So before, you would have had to have scheduled all those emails as individual email broadcasts. But where I love being able to do it this way is, say you run a launch every 3 months, but you just tweak the emails, you keep pretty much the same emails, you can duplicate this event, all of the emails that are in it. And so next time, everything will be set up. You won't need to set up individual campaigns, and it's glorious. I'm not going to go too much more into that because it was only just put out yesterday. So I will be creating more videos around that and how you can really utilize that feature. And you can also use events to set up reminders for coaching calls if you have in your program. So again, you can do that same thing, add an email. You can do it after the event. So you'd set the first event as the first date, and then you could be like 1 week after, 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, so that you can have that automatically send out those reminders, and it's all set up. And then every quarter, you just duplicate that and do it all again, and you won't have to reschedule all of those emails. So it's that whole, what can you do in your business to automate it, to help save you time? And these are some of the awesome things. So forms are just the forms that you use on your site to collect details when someone signs up to your list, when they want to get your freebie, if you're trying to get some further information, contact form. So forms are awesome. Not going to go into them, pretty straightforward. Your contacts and your CRM. So this is where you will have all of your the contacts, the people who have signed up onto your list. And you can come in here and, this is just my test one, but you can add contacts. The only thing you can't do on a Kajabi trial, everything else is functional. You can take payments, everything, but you can't import a list. The reason for that is Kajabi have had situations in the past where people have started free trials, imported massive lists, and just spammed everyone. And then you end up with a situation where, Kajabi's sender reputation is being damaged because, people have done this on a free trial. So they don't allow you to import a list on a free trial. You do need to be on a paid plan for that, but you certainly can migrate over. And sometimes it might be a case where you get your Kajabi set up without your, email marketing aspect. And then, once you're sort of a month or two down the track, then, you can migrate your list over once you've got your course ready and all of that kind of stuff. But again, this is where you can do things like, create filters to get certain numbers of people. So let's say, and this may not work, this being my test site, but let's say that we want anyone who owns a certain product, hopefully, so they have or do not have, you can, or maybe we'll do not have, is probably easier considering that this is like not an actual real thing. We'll go 8. So they do not have the product April pattern. So this is going to show everyone who doesn't have that product. Now we could save that as the segment, which would be everyone who doesn't own that product. But we can also do other things like, check all of those and do a bulk action. So we could subscribe people who meet that condition to an email sequence. We could register them to an event. We could add a tag, remove tag. We could export them. There's lots of things that we can do. So it's very helpful. It's very good. I like using it. You can even do things like get a little bit further information with insights to work out the health. Mine's going to be terrible because this isn't a real list. But you can get a little bit further information about your contacts, the health of your contacts, and change percentage, so you can see whether you're going up or going down. And analytics, that's pretty straightforward. Assessments is like quizzes and tools. That's another thing that you can do within your courses, is you can create those check-in quizzes and things like that. And analytics will tell you helpful information. This isn't going to tell me anything because it is a test site, so it doesn't actually have much helpful stuff, but it's going to give you your revenue over a certain period of time. Subscription metrics is pretty helpful because what this does, if you do have any kind of membership or ongoing subscription, it is going to give you things like monthly recurring revenue, churn rate, forecast. Those can be quite helpful little markers of information for you. But I'm going to share with you something very cool as the last thing that we talk about today. today. And, if you've got other questions, or if I haven't covered something, or you want me to cover something in more detail, please do comment and I will come back to you. Or if you're with me live, then let me know and I'll maybe be able to answer that. But with Creator Studio, this is a really cool thing. It is in beta at the moment, so not everyone has access to that yet, but it is coming. And this is where you can use any video or course content that you have uploaded to Kajabi. And just recently, they've made it any video, so you can actually just upload videos, and you can then go into that video and you can cut clips out of it. So, so this is one that I did before, where I just cut some stuff out of it, and I can then share this. Again, I don't think this one's set up because this isn't my real site. I could then, if I have connections, I can then share that on my social media, where I've cut little bits out of my actual course content. So I'm giving people like a little tease, or maybe you've got a webinar or something and you want to chop some bits up for it and, use it for reels or something like that. So it is very helpful. I'm just going to see if I can go in here. So I'm going to open the studio. So I'm going to show you, this is one. And what you can do is you can actually highlight different sections, and then the Kajabi editor. So anything that's not in blue is not highlighted, is not going to be in this video. And you can go through and, pick out some core key highlights. This is a new tool and it's only going to get better, but you can also do things like generate a transcript, get the script then from your video, and you can then use that for a transcript file in your course. You can add SRT files, which are those, optional turn on, turn off captions. But yeah, just being able to pull a little bit out of your video and then, use it. You can do this auto highlight. That again, this being a new feature, I haven't loved the auto highlights yet. It doesn't always make sense where it chops it, but that's where it's great, because you can pick yourself. You can go through and maybe auto highlight it and then be like, oh, like I don't want that bit in there, and you just click it and it's off, it's gone. And then you can, make those changes. You can, get little bits out of it. Maybe you want the intro and everything, and then and the outro, and you just want to have, 10 or 12 different videos that are pulling little bits in the middle so that you can use it for your social content. So it's very cool. I'm absolutely in love with this feature, and so grateful to Kajabi for, bringing in these tools to help us, not just make more money in our business, but make it easier for all these aspects of things that us as creators, have to do all the time. Like, I hate social media. I'll be honest. I'm not good at social media. I tend to not use it because it just feels all too hard. So to be able to simplify it and take things that I've already created and pull little bits out of it, and then directly just post it, all from the one platform, is very cool and very helpful. I do like it a lot. That is it. That is the end of my epic Kajabi tour. Thank you so much for being with me as I go through Kajabi and show you all of the cool things. I'll bring this little page up here because it's a nice way to being able to see some of the cool stuff within Kajabi. So yeah, some of the cool pages, designs and things that you can have. But if you're like, all right, so this sounds pretty awesome, I would like to, give Kajabi a go. Well, you can go and sign up for a free trial and get some amazing bonuses. We do have an incredible Kajabi bonus pack. If you sign up through our affiliate link, we will get a commission from Kajabi, but we use that to then create resources that can support you to get started. My, favorite thing to do is to help Kajabi creators. And one of those bonuses is actually a 1-hour one-on-one call with me. You can use that to be like, Sue, look at my Kajabi site and help. Is everything set up correctly? Or we can even use it for other things like strategizing for a launch. If you want feedback on an offer, or any aspect of anything that you're doing within your creative business, you can certainly use the call for that. Even just that is normally $300, and you get it free if you sign up to Kajabi through me, plus some other cool bonuses as well. So go to theunicornadvisory.com/Kajabi if you would like to take advantage of an awesome bonus when you do sign up to Kajabi, and you can get an extended free trial, which is always nice. More time to play around with things, the better. And like I said, if you have got any questions, if you're like, that looks really cool, could you explain that more in detail? Could you go more into this bit or that bit? Because I know, like, that's one of the great things about all-in-one software. It does a lot. So I've tried to cover everything whilst also not spending too much time on individual things. But yeah, I'm always happy to make Kajabi videos showing you how to actually implement the features. And I go detailed on the text so that you can follow along as you're creating it in your own Kajabi account. So do let me know. I am going to finish this video now because it is pretty long. And yes, I hope to be talking with you very soon. Sue from the Unicorn Advisory. I will see you next time. Bye.